Jim asked me to share today, each time, we talk about, why Barnabas. And Jim asked me just to share a few minutes about why Barnabas. And I could stand and tell you all the incredible things we do, and I'll do that a little bit. But I thought instead of doing that, I'd just tell you why I joined Barnabas. Ian and I became partners here years ago. And we walked into this room in about 2013. We had just recently moved to Orange County and found a community of people. And since then, we've been engaged in lots and lots and lots of different ways. But when I think about this community, there's a passage out of 1 Corinthians 12 that just really resonates to me. I'm not going to read the whole passage, and I brought some visual aids here just so you can see it. Well, let me turn it around. It's 3D graphics, but here's the passage. For just as the body is one and has many members, and all the members of the body, though many, are one body, so it is with Christ. The body does not consist of one member, but of many. And listen to this. As it is, God arranged the members in the body, each of them as he chose. As it is, there are many parts, yet one body. We are the body. That's how we function. The Message, it says it this way. It's all the different but similar parts arranged and functioning together. As it is, we see that God has carefully placed each part of the body right where he wanted it. But I also want you to think about how this keeps your significance from being blown up into self-importance. For no matter how significant you are, it's only because of what you're a part of. No part is important on its own. We're part of the body. And this is just an image of that body. I remember my father, who's an incredible communicator. When I was a kid, he preached a message one time, and the message title was, Jesus Wants Me for an Armpit. That was the message title. When I was a kid in junior high, that's a great title. I'm going to go to that church. But his premise was, if we're the body, in the Bible, the verse goes on and talks about if your foot doesn't want to be a foot, and your hand doesn't want to be a hand, and the eye doesn't want to be an eye. It talks about all that, the conflict in the body. But the message from my dad was, the armpit is one of the most important parts of the body. It holds up your arm. It holds up your hand. If the armpit decides it doesn't want to do its job, then what happens to the hand? And that idea of us as a body is so important. When I'm learning about Barnabas, this year I've had the opportunity just to meet so many of you and learning your story, learning your gifts and your talents, is that God, as the verse says, God has created, has structured this body with a purpose. Each of us with our own gifts and abilities. Jim said this at the beginning. Your job is not to listen to these incredible presentations and then respond to all of them. Your job is to say, Lord, what do you want me to do? Maybe I have some experience in 3D technology and I can help create this model. And I've been waiting for a couple years for someone to need what I do. That's what Barnabas is all about. And the stories you hear, and our story is God just keeps opening doors saying, Russ, I want to use you. I put you here for a reason. I want to use your gifts. I created you for a purpose. This is part of the plan. And Barnabas allows all of us to be a part of that plan and that purpose. We're part of that body. God wants me to be an armpit. I don't know what body part he wants you to be, but he's got a plan for us. And then the Barnabas group, what we do is we set the table. And I look at these tables. We set the table. We bring people together, and quarterly we gather in these summits. And we hear ministries, and we look for opportunity to respond. And as God nudges your heart, fill out those forms. You can do it on the app afterwards. But fill out those forms and say, I want more information. It allows you the opportunity to get. When you meet people in this room, get their contact information, follow up. We set the table by doing SWATs, where we gather Barnabas partners around a ministry leader to help work an issue or solve a problem or identify a threat. We do coaching, which is one-on-one. How do we help just coming alongside through a conversation of encouragement to help a leader to grow and develop and to be all that they want to be and all their ministry wants them to be. We do seminars and webinars for ministry. We started in the COVID season doing breakfast with a ministry, and we've done 2 or 3 now. We're getting ready for a couple more coming up, but we take 35 minutes, and a ministry gets to present virtually now. And so you could jump on for 35 minutes, bring your cup of coffee, you can hear a minister, you can ask questions, you can fill out a form just like we do here. And now we're going to get to hear from a lot more ministries throughout the year. Ways for you, again, you're looking for, Lord, what do you want me to do? If I'm a part of this body, what do I bring? What can I do? Ignite is an event coming up in October. It's an event that's been in the process. It's been postponed, and we're excited about that, of celebrating some ministries and coming and hearing about them and getting engaged. We're excited about that coming. You know, the Barnabas group, we network together. We spend time at breakfasts and dinners as things begin to open up. There's a golf outing coming up. We spend time just together because when we're together as a body, we're better, right? We're better. I've been challenged, and I'm learning, and I'm enjoying the connection. But the reason I joined Barnabas, and my wife Gina, why we joined Barnabas, is because we think God has a role for us in this body. And we want to use our gifts and our experience and our talents. And every opportunity that comes to Barnabas honestly doesn't excite us. We're thrilled with them. We can pray for them. But once in a while, there's something that comes. We're like, that's for us. That's something we can do. That's a need that we can help meet. And we've seen over the last 8 years many opportunities of engagement and connection. I hope that you are experiencing that as well. If you're a guest here, the back of your book, there's a simple application. You can talk to Jim or Susie or myself afterwards. We'd love to have you join us, join this body of believers. Bring your gifts and your experience and your passion to the table and see what God does. I'm thankful to be a part of this, and it's good to be back together. I'm excited about gathering again in May and hopefully growing our room back, having people come back healthy. We're excited. But I want to tell you, Barnabas doesn't just happen in this room. It happens wherever we are. We're the body, right? In our churches, in our communities, in our families. We are the body. God wants to use us. So join us. If you have questions, we're doing a call this Friday. If you want to get on that and just learn more about what Barnabas does, happy to have you do that. Contact me. But that's why Barnabas. That's my spiel.